piece
That
of
is not
shit.
an ID.
Fuck off, you fucking asshole. Welcome to your fucking world. You just work here. I'm paying you for your fucking
You're not
job.
paying me. And it's
Actually, my
ma'am, all I need is
boyfriend's
your
fucking
ID.
family
All I need is an
pays
ID.
you for your...
All I need is an ID.
Dude, you're a
all I need is an
dirty
ID.
fucking nigger.
Well, guess what? I'll be a nigger. I'm sorry. I'll be that. I'll be that.
Wow.
I'll be that.
You fucking dirty
I'll
fucking
be that.
raunchy skank.
Okay.
How about this shit?
How about it?
Wow.
You can call me whatever you want, ma'am. Without an ID, I'm not letting you upstairs.
Here's my ID.
That is not an ID.
Here's my
Your
name,
credit card,
you fucking dirty fucking hood rat.
ma'am. Your credit card is not considered ID.
No, it's just my fucking name and it's on the fucking room. I know your fucking ghetto ass may not know.
I'm not from the ghetto. Sorry. But again, I'm not a nigga, and you can call me whatever you want. I don't care. It's not gonna hurt my feelings. You show an ID, and you can go upstairs.
I showed you my fucking ID.
Oh, well, you don't have an ID.
Get fucking drop from this fucking job.
Right.
Okay, so y'all just heard that audio right there. And actually, I think I did come across this, but shout out to Darren McNeil because they sent me the article related to this story. Because I think I saw this woman's image before floating around, but not as much right here. And let me tell you, this is a very, very unflattering picture of this woman, but the actually visually see it for yourself is even more unflattering. Now, the audio you just heard was from a year ago. And I looked it up on YouTube. I didn't put the video in here for a reason, so you just heard the audio. But the page in which it was playing from actually came from the actual woman who this palm-colored piece of shit right here in the picture was yelling and making those racial slurs towards. So basically you have this woman right here in the picture, this bitch right here in the picture, who decided that she was going to be loud and berate this woman who was a black woman who working there because the woman asked her to see her ID, like an identification, some sort of ID. It could have even been a passport or a driver's license, so she could let her upstairs because, you know, that was part of protocol for her job. She just couldn't let anybody up there. And this woman got all upset and called her the N-word. She called her ghetto. She called her a hood rat. And she was very loud and everything about it and everything like that. And in that moment, that woman was being nothing more than a hood rat and ghetto her damn self. She looked like straight up trailer trash that was just kind of polished up at the moment. Now, this was over a year ago. As a matter of fact, it was posted on April 10th, 2018. Let's fast forward to November 27th, 2019, which is today, the day that I'm recording. But by the time you see it, it'll be a few days later. It says dirty effing hood rat. Now, this is coming from Atlanta Black Star. It says white woman sued after launching into racist assault against hotel receptionist who asked to see her ID. A lot of people like to say that it's only black women that act in the way that they do, but then turn a blind eye when you see behavior like this go down. This is why I can honestly say when it comes to myself being an equal opportunity analyst and I cover it all, because if I wasn't that, I could be I could be a one-sided biased individual, which some people probably wish I was, but I won't give them the satisfaction of being. Because I call out all types of behavior. This chick is definitely no different. She got mad at that woman because all she asked to see was her ID. And then when she slammed the card on the table, it wasn't even her ID. It was a credit card. That's not an ID. You could have easily stole that off of somebody. And you know what? This woman did the typical palm colored thing. Tried to get the black woman or black person in general upset to, want to go at them in a physical way or come back at them. They love to get black people out of character. They love to see it because that's a form of entertainment for them, even if they have to get out of character themselves to do it. And you can tell she was mad that this black woman did not do that. She called her everything in the book that she possibly could to make her want to jump over that counter and knock her the fuck out. That way she can say, "Oh my God, She assaulted me. Because you know the palm colored woman, the palm colored female tears is like witchcraft. All she got to do is drop a couple tears or try to produce one or go into that whiny voice, and the rest is history. Now, from what I heard, they said that they gave this woman a complimentary night in the hotel. So you mean to tell me that this woman called this black woman behind the counter all kinds of things in the book because she just asked to see her ID, called her the N-word, called her ghetto, called her a hood rat and everything, cursed her out, and was very loud and belligerent. And the hotel's response was to give her a free complimentary night as if she was the victim? Let me go ahead and read this article right quick. These days, entitlement apparently will get you a day in court and a free hotel stay. A hotel visitor by the name of Michelle Rajajic, I can't pronounce her last name and I really don't care to know how to pronounce it, is facing legal action after launching into a full-on racist rant against a Manhattan hotel receptionist who asked for identification before giving her a room key. The entire incident was caught on video. The verbal assault unfolded just after midnight on April 6, 2018, when Michelle waltzed into the City Hotel Club demanding a room key. When employee Linda Shell, age 36, asked to see ID, Rochelle began hurling racial epithets according to a complaint filed in the Manhattan Supreme Court. In a clip taken by Shell, the unhinged hotel guest is heard calling Shell, who is African American, the N-word, a dirty effing raunchy skank, and a dirty effing hood rat, amongst other racist assaults. I have my effing ID, you effing piece of, you know what? Michelle yells, slamming what appears to be a credit card on the front desk. Shell informs the guest her visa isn't considered an ID and refuses to let her up until she sees one, an ultimatum that only seemed to anger Michelle more. I know it's just my effing name and it's on the effing room, she shouts, adding, I know your effing ghetto ass may not know. Michelle goes on to claim, I'm paying you for your effing job. Actually, my boyfriend's effing family pays you. But the abuse didn't stop there. After she had enough, Linda Shell attempted to remove the unruly patron from the building, but was physically assaulted. Now, this was the hotel receptionist. They said she tried to remove her. Now, that part wasn't caught on tape because I think she probably just put her phone down and stopped recording before it got to that point. It says, I grabbed her arm and started leading her to the front desk, she recalled, of the incident. Michelle then broke her cell phone across my face. Her lawsuit further alleges Michelle spit on the plaintiff and then assaulted, battered, and attacked the plaintiff and used physical force without cause or justification and without plaintiff's consent. The attacker was eventually arrested and convicted on third-degree assault, according to the complaint. What happened afterward threw Linda for a loop. After Michelle's release from jail, the swanky 4-star hotel gifted her a room free of charge, Linda said. The decision prompted Linda's immediate resignation. I told them I could no longer work there because my safety is no longer important to them. Management for City Club Hotel vehemently denied the claims and declined to comment on litigation. Shell, a Savannah, Georgia native, says she never thought she'd experience something like this up north. Well, let me tell you something, Linda. Racism is everywhere. As a matter of fact, the northern racism over the years has been more covert rather than overt. But it is there. And in this moment, even though what happened to her was messed up, that in that instance was her wake-up call. She and her lawyer are pushing forward with their complaint despite the hotel's denial. While Miss Shell demonstrated noble restraint in the face of such bigotry, what she was forced to endure should not and will not be tolerated, says Shell's lawyer John Tate. We will fight to ensure that Michelle is held to account for her actions. The lawsuit seeks unspecified damages. Well, it looks like in this instant, the palm-colored woman got a small little victory. She only got a low-level charge in which she was able to beat, and she got a free night at the hotel. And then the woman who worked there, they said she resigned. Because something tells me, with all the complaints and everything like that, she said, why even bother going through with possibly getting fired? Let me just remove myself from the situation because clearly you don't care about my safety. So they need to also sue, which I'm sure they are, is that hotel in which she was working at as well. Don't just stop with this chick, but sue the hotel as well, because they basically condoned what she did. She went in there, she got verbally, like she threw out verbal assaults to her. And then when the woman tried to remove her from the vicinity, then she got physically assaulted. And my thing is, where the hell was security? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I know that there had to be some surveillance cameras around that picked this up, but it seems to me the only thing that we see is the cell phone footage from the victim. Were the cameras not working that day? But just another day in America, and people try to claim that the pawn-colored man is racist. He, at this point in this day and age, I don't think he has anything on his woman. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next one.